Playoff, it will be Zambia who will be up against the host Tunisia, and that's why the crowd are all of a sudden a little bit louder, because they want to see their team finish their tournament on a positive note.
Tight tussle, and Zambia is going to look to finish off this tournament on a high, but Tunisia are able to regain the ball as the crowd cheers every little movement that's going to be done here by Tunisia.
Taken forward into contact by Sabi Dif inside the half of this Zambian side, and Sabri Gamir now, every time he touches the ball, the crowd gets excited. He lets it go on this occasion, and it's Essid down this right-hand touchline. Does well to stay in field. Picked up at the back by Hussein Kalfi. Available for Dif, and Dif gets it away to Sabri Gamir. Steps on the inside. Make sure that his hand is available to get the offload away. Sabri Gamir still moving forward. Sabri Gamir, so difficult to bring to ground. He stretches over, and it's the skipper who puts Tunisia.
Add the 2 points here. This is a great start for Tunisia, and as Gamir just shows how much power. He's done this all through the Gold Cup, and he's running without a boot. That just shows you how committed he is. Had to be substituted, and that's going to affect how they play their game, because he's such an integral part of their system.
Again, Tunisia winning the ball from the restart. Picked up at the back by Abderrahman. Away it goes to Garmoul. And now it's into the hands of Sabi Dif. Changing of direction, Abderrahman. On the 10-meter line now of this Zambian side. Cheli waiting for the ball. Not going to get it yet. It's Sami Mensi taking it forward. Now it's into the hands of Cheli. And it's away to Sabi Dif. Sabi Dif making his way into the 22. A strong handle from him as well, but he's eventually brought to ground 5 meters short. Picked up at the back by Cheli. Numbers available for this Tunisian side if they can get it through their hands. Abderrahman knocks it backwards. Still available. Sami Mensi. And Mensi throws the dummy. And Tunisia go over for try number 2.
Mensi is sure they've got to figure out how they're going to receive the kickoffs, run at them. There was a good switch here. As I said, there was a big gap. Could almost sail the Titanic boat through that gap. They were able to capitalize. That's a good try. To nil in the lead here, and that's a comfortable start for them.
Oh, and that's another very well-placed kick. And again, the third time that Tunisia win the ball back from the restarts, and again it's causing some problems for this Zambian side. It's into the hands of Abderrahman now, losing a few meters, but turned over now by the Zambian side. An opportunity for them to get on the scoreboard for the first time. That's a strong run coming from Edmund Hamayua.
But you can put this try down to Edwin Mumba. That was such a key ball steal, affected everything else, and was able to make sure that the offload went to allow his teammate to canter in for converted. So it's going to be crucial at the end of it.
This time the restart from Zambia going too deep. It ends up comfortably for Garmoul. And now Tunisia playing a dangerous game, throwing the ball around close to their own try line, but that's a good little run coming from Abderrahman. Also a very difficult player to bring to ground. It's available for Tunisia. Pass coming from Cheli. Using Sabri Gamir down that left-hand touchline. Toying with the defense. Eyeing up his options. Gets around a couple of defenders. Now he lets the pass go. Lost backwards, so it's picked up by Sabi Dif. Into the hands of Abderrahman. Abderrahman doing well to keep the ball alive. Into the hands of Hossein Kalfi. And Kalfi almost pushed out into touch, but there was a high tackle, says the referee. So the penalty is there for this Tunisian side.
Yeah, the referee called this high tackle. I'm not sure it was on though, but Tunisia underway here.
Deciding not to kick it out, keep it alive. Sabri Gamir within ball in hand again. Sabri Gamir gets past a couple of defenders. He throws the dummy as well. A good tackle coming from Guy Lipschitz to bring him to ground. To the near side it goes. Hossein Kalfi got support on his outside. Hossein Kalfi throws a couple of dummies. Now decides to give it away to Sami Mensi. And another good tackle from Guy Lipschitz, the smallest man on the field. Picked up now by Abderrahman. Into the hands of Dif. Now Cheli. Shelley getting past a couple of defenders. Lets the pass go. Picked up by Gamir. And the penalty this time going the way of Zambia. So they will have one final opportunity to put some points on the board and to reduce the gap. It's going to be a race to the try line. And it looks like the race will comfortably be won by David Chimbukulu. So it's Zambia who will reduce the gap by 5, possibly 7.
They're going to be added by Melvin Banda. Points to 12. This game is so tight. He's such a strike weapon, he is, Chimbukulu.
A good comeback from Zambia after finding themselves trailing early on, but they're still finding themselves 2 points down. At halftime, it's Tunisia 14, Zambia 12. Only the 7 minutes left for these two teams, and I think Zambia again opting to go a little bit deeper with the restart, but it's well taken by Hossein Kalfi, and Kalfi gaining a few meters. Finally brought to ground outside the 22, picked up by Shelley into the hands of Sabi Dif, and the pass from Gamul to Sabri Gamir, and intercepted now by the Zambians, but offside, says the referee. I'm not quite sure if that was a breakdown or the referee seeing things a little bit differently. Into the hands now of Sami Mensi for this Tunisian side. Run forward by Ben Abdirahman. And stolen at the breakdown by the Zambian side. A long pass over into the hands of Makupa, it looks like, down that left-hand side. Still there for the Zambians. Now perhaps an opportunity down that left-hand touchline. Giving chases a Garmul, but the race will be won by Zambia, and they will take the lead for the first time in this match.
At 2 points. Oh, he's just dancing and thought he would be able to win this game.
5 minutes left. Restart again. It's comfortably taken for Tunisia by Aitem Cheli. Picked up by Abdirahman to Hossein Kalfi. Long pass coming from Dif to the danger man. Sabri Gamir tries to go around on the outside. Brought to ground on the halfway line. That's a good defense by this Tunisian side. Picked up by Sabi Dif to Kalfi. Gets the pass away to Abdirahman. At the moment it's for Sam Minsi. Nice little pass out of the back of the hand. It gets the crowd excited to Abdirahman. Picked up now by Minsi to Kalfi. Again they go wide. Again they've got Sabri Gamir down that right-hand touchline. He's a marked man after that performance of his in the first half. Sabri Gamir manages to get a basketball pass away. Back it comes to Kalfi and then to Mensi, back to Kalfi. Down this near side, there's Abdirahman. He's got support on his outside, decides to take on the defense himself. The ball bounces loose. It's going to be picked up by Shelley. And the referee not playing advantage.
They had to be advantage. I know there is a yellow card, but let them play on and always dish that yellow card later. Because the Zambian player
for the Zambian side, and it looks like it's David Chimbukulu making his way back onto the field. So Morocco, or rather Tunisia, up against only the 6 players. Now it goes to Gamir. And that gap space closing down very quickly every time Sabri Gamir gets his hands on the ball. Zambia learning from their early mistakes. Perhaps now an opportunity for Zambia to try and score some points with only the 6 players. A big hit coming on Sami Mensi. And it results in a penalty for the Zambian side.
Now the fate train is coming through, bang.
Turned around, it's there for this Tunisian side. Into the hands of Sabi Dif it goes, and Dif puts it down, a simple catch.
You cut him low and stopped him from trying to get momentum. I think that's why he's not being that effective.
Zambia will be back to 7 at the next stoppage, with Israel Kalumba ready to make his way back onto the field. And they've been awarded a penalty, so with 80 seconds left here, Zambia needs to get up a few seconds on the clock as they go for touch. And a little bit fortunate that that ball bounced out. I think Wasim Kalfi just napping a little bit. Perhaps if he was closer, he
aren't that accurate and hardly get the ball up, but that's a good take in the line out.
Out again by Lipschitz as he gets the pass away to Melvin Banda. Long pass over on that left-hand side for this Zambian team. And the score here for Zambia will settle the result and will secure them 5th place at the 2018 men's sevens. Israel Kalumba now looks refreshed after spending those 2 minutes in the bin. And that's the speed that Israel Kalumba has. And that will be the try that secures Zambia the victory in this encounter.
Oh, Israel Kalumba, he's looking around the poles there. You can see him before he dots down, and there's his trademark. You know, felt a little guilty having to sit out for that yellow card, but came on and was able and gas him out. Look at that facial expression. Oh,
tongue out,
and it looks intimidating. I wouldn't be wanting to chase him down.
Pulls a Bobby Skinstad from back in the final opportunity for Tunisia to end on a high. Sabri Gamir looks determined. He almost makes his way past the defender, eventually brought to ground. Waiting at the back to pick up this ball is Abderrahman. Gets it away now to Mensi. Tunisia haven't really used their bench in this game. Abderrahman to Garmul. And Garmul with a nice little pass on the inside to Ben Abderrahman. Final play of this match, so the result secured for the Zambians. Pass coming from Garmul to that far side. And Zambia managing to turn that ball over. They win the penalty as well. And will they want to play a little bit more, or do you think they've enough for this tournament?
I think in the spirit of the game, I would run at them and give the crowd, but there's no spirit out here. Everyone wants to get a win. That's been a great performance by Zambia to come back from what seemed to be a get on, and as we see the traditional dance, they've done it in a number of times.